I'm Amanda Victoria, and I am the CEO and co-founder of a little whiskey spritz brand called Symphony. Has anyone heard or seen Symphony or even tried it at this point? We've come a long way since debuting last year at BCB, which was a very exciting moment for us. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this. This is a picture of me with bees on my face. They didn't sting and no bees were harmed in this photograph, but I wanted to start with something that is a bit provocative, just to showcase the dedication that we have, my company, Symphony, to the environment, and how it is not a marketing plan. It's something that we do 365 days of the year, and it's something that the company was founded on. I myself come from the world of wine and spirits, mostly spirits, and I started in 2005. I started as a cocktail waitress at a little bar in Soho called Pegu Club. Before that, I was a hostess at another little bar, a Michelin restaurant called Valse, still in the West Village today. But this is back in 2004. So I've been in the business for a long time. And I bring it up today because during my time in the business, I've seen the amount of waste we have made in the world of wine and spirits. And it's something that stood out to me as I worked for many of the big companies, the big suppliers, the Bacardis and the Moet Hennessy's of the world, and was an educator for many years and had the opportunity to travel on behalf of family-known businesses, generationally known businesses, businesses that had very big budgets, businesses that had smaller budgets. But overall, I saw a lot of waste. Everyone knows about POS and the stuff that we create. It's something that I wanted to do in a more mindful way with my company, to the point that Symphony was created to be environmentally sound from the very beginning. It's in our DNA. So this is Symphony. If you haven't had a chance to try it, please do. I'd love for you to try it. We are available now in about 13 different states. We're a very small family-owned brand. My partner, Joey Mintz, is right here in the audience. I would be nothing without him. He's actually our resident horticulturist. He always has his hands in the dirt, if not leading our supply chain and operations. And he brings in an element to the business of vetting all of our vendors from start to finish, of small family businesses. We work with local farmers for our honey, for looking at where we get our lemon juice from. Our whiskey is something that we're very meticulous about. We spent how many years? 2+ years just looking for the product, the whiskey for this product. And it's not only about flavor and the best ingredients and taste and quality, because the can tastes very good. We have a few medals at this point, which is something we're very proud of. And it's very different than some of the other canned cocktails. We saw an opportunity for improvement in the way flavor and quality of ingredients could be done inside of the can. Symphony was created in the summer, leading after the summer of 2019. Everyone remembers Hot Girl Summer, the original one before the pandemic? Yeah. So the original Hot Girl Summer before the pandemic, I was 6 months pregnant during that time. And like I said, I had been on the road for a couple of decades, nearly at that point, before taking some time off to grow my family for the first time. And I was frustrated coming out of a summer 6 months pregnant and a summer being pregnant, period. But everyone was drinking a can in their hands. Everyone had a can in their hands, and I'm so glad they did. But I saw an opportunity to do something better in cans. Consumers didn't really know what they were drinking at that time. They thought they were drinking vodka sodas when it couldn't be farther from the truth. So the malt-based can epidemic that happened in 2019 created an opportunity to do better by cans with better ingredients, and thus Symphony was born. Exciting news, and I'll talk a little bit more about this because this is what brings us here today, our sustainable initiatives and what we've done. We are recently a certified B Corporation, which is a process that took years of auditing our supply chain, our vendors, the way we treat our people, the way we treat the planet. Are you familiar with B-Corp Certification? Because I do find it's more of a European thing, technically, but here in the US, it's a very exciting time. I noticed my toothpaste this morning was B-Corp certified, and I'm like, yes, this is why I use this toothpaste. But Symphony is now B-Corp certified, and it wasn't an easy process by any means. A very hefty auditing process goes into it. Again, to be making sure that we are treating our people correctly and the planet correctly, in a nutshell. We're also a member of 1% for the Planet. So the way Symphony looks at sustainability in our business and environmental wellness, as I call it, is twofold. From a production standpoint, which I've mentioned a little bit about so far, and also from a partnership standpoint, which I'll speak about a little bit more coming up. From a production standpoint, again, my co-founder, Joey Mintz, my resident horticulturist, and such a big inspiration for drinking better, as we call it. Drink better is a big hashtag we use a lot. The reason for the production point of the sustainability story is it's all about ingredients. It's about talking about how spirits are originally an agriculturally based product. We've forgotten about the farms. I think that the wine industry does it very well. We talk about terroir, we talk about grapes, we talk about soil, we talk about all the soil that I'm seeing in my head as I say soil. But spirits, we still have some work to do. So with Symphony, we use this opportunity to talk about more of our ingredients and where they come from. So you'll hear me, I think I probably will get my first tattoo at some point. It's just gonna be ingredients. You'll hear me talk about ingredients a lot because it is exactly what we put our love into when it comes to production, our supply chain and the vendors we use. And one last point on that. As a small family-owned company of 2 people and growing every day, the point of this, it was so important. It was a place that we could make a difference by vetting every person that we work with on our supply chain. It was something we had control over since day one, and it's something that as we grow, we'll always have a mindfulness to, a great mindfulness to, an obsessiveness to. And this is also something as a small company, and I think also large companies can be doing more of, is partnering with the people that know best. So the people that know best, that are full-time nonprofit people that work in environmental wellness and save the planet every day. This is one of our partners. We have many now, including B-Corp and 1% for the Planet. But our very first partner, and she's still my favorite, I could say, from Detroit Hives, an organization, a nonprofit organization out of Detroit that spends all of their time converting abandoned parking lots in the city, the very industrial city of Detroit, into gardens and apiaries for honeybees, and then teaching children, the next generation, and we don't talk about children in wine and spirits much, but teaching the next generation how to do better and how to do something for the environment. And by committing 2% of our revenue yearly, this is something that we do every day. These are just a few of our commitments, which I'd love to share. Again, our partners are the New York Bee Wellness, Ulster County Bees, Detroit Hives, the Bee Conservancy through our partners with Breakthrough Beverage, Island Bee Project, the City Growers Team, and then B-Corp and more. So partnerships is something that I think every brand can be looking at, can be earmarking a portion of revenue to if they are committed to environmental wellness, which, by the way, I feel it's completely irresponsible to have a company that's not committed to environmental wellness. And some quick takeaways. I think I'm probably right at 10 minutes. I don't see Emily. Good, thank you. This is a great reading book. Written by my neighbor, but up in the Hudson Valley, a woman named Amy Larkin, Environmental Debt. Essentially, it applies to many different manufacturing industries, including the world of wine and spirits. But her whole mantra, and something I like to share, is without nature, there's no business overall. So it's a great book to pick up if you're looking for little ways to tweak your business here and there to do better by the planet. It's not something that happens overnight. We're a small company. I'm very realistic. I know that saving the world through a whiskey spritz is a very long and lofty goal, but it's something we still very much believe in. And I think that I recommend this to anybody starting a business, within a business. If you are working in a corporate position that allows you some budget, this is a great reading to start.